Welcome back to the channel, guys. I am the Fourth. We're going to be taking a look at a couple videos by TerryRexx today. They're kind of short, and one of them I pretty much have to cut in half because he plays the video in its entirety and then plays the entire video with his commentary. Since these videos are kind of short, we're going to be covering two, one of which is on sundogs and how Terry here thinks that would work underneath a glass dome. And he does use a glass dome. The second video is a little bit different. He doesn't really make any concrete claims or state anything other than NASA is lying to us because of faces in space. So let's get into it.
Part of the Chinese skyline was blessed with 3 suns on Friday morning. The suns appeared in the city of Chengdu in China's northern Hebei province. At 7 a.m, 2 small backup suns appeared on either side of the usual star.
I'm here to talk to TerryRexx. I'm not here to discuss this news report, but I will say backup suns is confusing, and flat earthers are already easily confused.
Shortly after, rainbows painted the sky as a result of the rare 3-sun phenomenon. The sky scene halted locals in their tracks, with many stopping to take a more permanent reminder of the rare event. 2 hours later, it was all over. A local meteorological expert explained the cause of the phenomenon.
I'm pausing it here again because I noticed something. This is about 30 seconds into the video, and TerryRexx didn't stick around long enough to actually understand the explanation of why sundogs happen. That's the attention span that we're dealing with. 30 seconds.
The ice crystals in clouds reflect or retract the light, creating an effect of prism.
Now here I have a glass bowl representing the firmament and a lighter representing the sun.
Couple things real quick. Number one, I see a flaw in his experiment. Not sure if you guys do too, but he's using a lighter as the sun. A lighter emits light in every direction. A lot of times I see these flat earthers going with the sun being some kind of directed spotlight, like it has a lampshade or it's a magical portal to another world. Second thing is, who else is digging his Sam Elliott voice right now? I am so freaking jealous.
And I'm going to show you how you get a reflection of the sun. There was a reflection on each side of the firmament and at the top of the firmament. Now once the sun makes its circuit around the firmament, at one point in time of the day, you will see that sun reflecting itself just like you do this lighter in this glass bowl.
Alright, let's just for a second say this is what happens in the real world. It's not, but let's say it is. We would see sundogs all the time. I mean literally all the time. But we don't actually see that. We see sundogs fairly rarely. It's not a normal occurrence. It's something that happens under certain conditions.
Now the scientists told you that it was caused by ice crystals refracting the sun's light, but I'm showing you right here that the sun is reflecting off the firmament.
Alright, looks like he was paying attention. Credit where credit's due. He didn't comprehend, but he did pay attention. Now, you're not actually showing us the sun reflecting off of anything. You're showing us a lighter bouncing around inside of a glass bowl. That's not proof. That's not anything.
Now you can try this at home by simply using a glass bowl if you have one and a lighter, and you'll see it with your own eyes like I just showed you.
Before he moves on so seamlessly with this perfect segue, I still need to know why we don't see this more frequently. Sundogs don't happen all day, every day, as they should if the sun really was spinning around inside of a glass dome like you're proposing. Your lighter inside of the glass bowl effect doesn't even account for the rainbows either. That requires light diffusion through some sort of prism. You know what does that really well? Ice crystals, like the meteorologist said. You know, the meteorologist who's an expert in weather.
Now, in a previous video, I showed you what Venus looks like through a telescope. And as you can see here, once I get zoomed in, you can see the ripples going through the planet, or the so-called planet.
So-called planet. Yeah, so-called because people a long time ago decided to call that specific heavenly body a planet. And ripple effect. Yeah, because the only thing that could possibly cause that is water, not potentially our fluid atmosphere, or the fact that you're looking through a camera into a telescope and there's probably some wiggling going on because it doesn't seem very secure.
Now the Bible says that the stars are fixed in the firmament, and on the other side of the firmament is the waters above.
The Bible also says that if your brother dies, you need to beg his wife. Check it out, Mark 12:19. I'm just saying that we maybe shouldn't use the Bible as the ultimate authority for anything, really.
Now you see those ripples going across that planet, so-called planet, which is called a wandering star in the Bible.
Yes, we see the ripples. You don't need to leave it running for like 10 seconds after you ask a question. Jeez.
Now here I have a sink filled with water. The sink represents your star. Okay, now the flashlight represents your sun. Now notice the ripples once I shine the flashlight through the glass bowl. Then you get the ripples, just like the sun shining through the firmament, showing the ripples going across the star into the waters above.
Alright, so a few problems with this. Number one, we're not looking through the glass bowl. We're looking on the side. Number two is your flashlight is pointing at the glass bowl. If it was the sun, it'd be pointing at us. So not the other way. Also, is it a flashlight or is it a lighter? Which type of sun is it? Because those two things emit light in very different ways. Alright, we made it through the end of that one. Now it's my turn to segue us perfectly into the next one. Crap, I missed my chance. Anyway, like I said, he kind of plays this whole video and then replays it while giving his commentary, so it's twice as long as it needs to be. I'm going to cut a lot of it out just to save time. But as always, links will be in the description because that's the respectable thing to do.
Okay, what you just watched was the Challenger STS-8 in low Earth orbit, 1983, with a satellite being deployed from the payload bay. Now, let's examine the video with a critical eye.
I feel like whenever these people say critical eye, what they really mean is biased eye, or preconceived notion eye, if that's a thing.
Now, as we can see here, it looks like the astronauts are working at the control panels, kind of looking back at the pilot. And at this point, everything seems to be looking normal. I guess as normal as things would look if you were in a space shuttle in low Earth orbit. But all of that is getting ready to change. What I want you to do is keep your eye on the upper right corner of the screen once the camera switches to the outside rear of the space shuttle where the satellite is being deployed.
Dan sat in the pilot seat during this operation, sort of monitoring the motion of the vehicle, making sure that it was steady.
And here we go.
Time to nitpick. I noticed he turned down the volume of the original video when he was trying to talk, but just freeze frame it or cut out the audio of the original video entirely. It's really difficult to listen to both you and whoever was talking in the original video at the same time.
I see this guy's face pop up behind the space shuttle.
Here's a picture of the INSAT.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that is a man's face moving around behind the space shuttle in outer space. Now I'm going to zoom in where you can get a better look.
There were very few
there you go.
vibrations of any sort.
So he pops his head up, then he ducks back down, and then he raises up just again for a second.
Spacecraft, you can see that the deploy went very smoothly.
Now I'm going to put a thermal filter on so you can see that this is not any tricks done by myself. There you go, you see him rise up,
Here's a picture of the INSAT
back down, and he
actually
raises
being
back up
deployed
again.
from the spacecraft. You can see that the deploy went very smoothly.
Okay, now let's zoom in using the thermal filter.
Nope, we don't need you to do a third recap of, hey, look at this guy. We get it. We see him. What do you think he's doing there?
And then you can also see a little bit more movement going on behind the shuttle. I'm not sure if that's his body or whatever he's moving around back there. But you can go to NASA's website and watch the original for yourself if you don't believe me. They are lying to us, people. Please wake up.
All right, so since he doesn't provide a theory as to why, I'm going to say space giants. They exist. NASA's been hiding them from us all along.
The Lord told me to tell you, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. God's getting ready to get ready, to get ready, to get ready. Wake up! Wake up! Wake up! In the balcony! Wake up! In the grassland! Wake up!
So I actually didn't add that clip. That was from TerryRexx. I love it. I had to leave it in. It's a little long, but definitely worth it. Now, back to the actual content. So here's the most controversial part of the video. The face in space. Yes, we can see it very clearly. I'm going to assume nobody tampered with it. This is probably in fact on NASA's website. But when I see this, my first reaction isn't, oh, somebody behind the scenes got caught on camera. Typically because anybody making a movie, even if they're a grip, knows better. And if somebody does get caught in a shot when they aren't supposed to, they re-record it. That's not the finished product. That's why you don't see boom mics in any of the Avengers movies. But I've got to admit, Terry got me here. After a lot of time looking around and searching for a valid explanation, I couldn't find one. He beat me. Oh, wait. That's right, it's opposite day. No, here's what I actually found. This is a picture of the Challenger STS-8 crew. You know where I found this? NASA's website. The same place TerryRexx found the video that he seems to be finding magic floating faces in. Now, I'm not an expert. I don't have any fancy software that can do facial detection for me, but I do have my eyes, and according to flat earthers, those are all you need. What I noticed is that one of these guys looks awfully familiar. This guy right here looks a lot like the man in space, doesn't he? I could be wrong. It could be, one of the other crew members, because all white guys look the same to me. But I mean, he definitely was a man in space considering he is a shuttle crew member, so that's a little redundant to say. So this guy's name is Dale A. Gardner. He was one of the specialists on the STS-8 Challenger mission. Now, here in the video, we can see him floating by what appears to be a window. It's not possible that the camera inside of the ship caught his reflection when it was facing outwards, did it? That's the end of this. As you can tell, TerryRexx doesn't really know much, including how to think critically, even though that's what he advocates for. Anyway, guys, thank you for sticking around. You know the deal. Like, share, subscribe. Looking forward to doing some more of these in the future. I'm starting to have a lot of fun with them. I will see you in the next one.